Okay. What's up, peoples? I am perplexed. I'm ready to cuss some folks out. Cuss some folks out. Heck yeah. Okay, so today I decide, I'm home today. I stayed at home today. I did some work today. And I decide to watch Paranormal Activity, both 1 and 2, right? I'm okay with it. People were saying how scary and this and that it was, and it was suspenseful, but I don't know about scary. When I go to bed tonight, I'll know for sure. But in the meantime, in between time, what this movie did was piss me off. Both of them. Let me tell you something. If some shit go down in your house, I ain't gonna say nothing that's all that new, all that revolutionary. Just about every comedian you could think of, especially black comedians you could think of, have said it already. And I ain't trying to say, I'm a comedian or anything of that nature. But what I am gonna say right quick is when some shit go down in your house that you don't understand, that ain't no time to pick up no camera and start recording shit. That's the time to leave. Leave your damn house. Get your shit together and go. Don't even get your shit together. I tell you what, let a light flicker that ain't supposed to be going off and on by itself in this house. I'll be in my flip-flops on my way out the door if my flip-flops are in the path of the door. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay, Paranormal Activity, the first one. Okay, I tend to watch movies well after the fact. I have some friends who said they want to see part 3 that just opened at movies, and so I was like, well, I need to catch up. I need to actually see the other 2, and then we'll go and I'll see the other one with you. All right, that wasn't light flickering. That was my laptop. The thing went off. Best believe all senses are firing right now. Everything is looking around the room, all kinds of stupid shit. At any rate, I said, well, let me catch up on these movies. I knew I had some time today to check them out. So about 2 in the afternoon, when it was bright as hell outside, I went on and started the first one, right? Watching the movie. And so far, nothing's really striking me as all that extraordinary. Dude went out and got a camera. They're going to record the shit that's happening in the house. And, okay, this is where I first start to kind of like disconnect from the film. When they started to present the film like this shit really happened, like these are real people that were going through this thing, that device happened once. It happened well with the Blair Witch Project. After that, anytime someone says, this movie is like real footage from people that it really happened to, I don't believe it because you sold me on that back at Blair Witch. By the time I saw Blair Witch, the secret was out of the bag. These were actors, so forth and so on. But my brother Chris, when Chris went to see the movie, people were still thinking it was real stuff. Chris came from the movie messed up. He saw it before I did. He came back from the movies messed up. He was like, Teresa, I don't even know how I feel about this because I just saw these people's last days. He was messed up. And I was like, really? Like, are we really putting out snuff films? Like, are we really watching people die for real? Like, is that what we're doing today? And of course, that was like, 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. So I couldn't believe that that's what we were doing. And again, I didn't know, he didn't know. No, we were still buying into the marketing strategy that this was real people having a real situation and it was caught on film. Later it comes out that it was a marketing device. It worked incredibly well. I mean, Blair Witch, for pennies made a lot of money. Fine. Okay, so cut to now, paranormal activities. Don't try to sell us that these people in San Diego really live in this house. These people really had these experiences and they decided to record some shit happening. Leave the house. Don't pick up a camera. If the door starts shutting by itself, look, all right, I ain't gonna lie. I believe that ghosts exist. I believe that ghosts exist. I believe that people's spirits still linger and that sort of thing. When I lived in Charlottesville, I lived in a house. I lived in an old house, and I told some friends of mine this, that there were a couple nights in a row, I was laying in bed up on the second floor, and the door was open, and I looked out into the hallway. The head of my bed was so that you could see straight down the hallway, and I would look, and there was this black gentleman, this older black gentleman. He had black short-cut hair like mine. On the sides, it was salt and pepper, like it was graying right at the temples. And he wore a pair of black slacks and a white button-up shirt, and his back was to he was facing me, and his head was down. He looked sad, looked like he was waiting for somebody. And I would look at him, and I would just sit there and look at him like, all right, now, well, as long as you don't mess with me, I think we cool. Like, I thought maybe he had been there before. Like, that was maybe his house at some point. Didn't even matter. As long as he ain't fuck with me, I won't gonna fuck with him. He can stay in the hallway and look sad all he wanted. Just stay in the hallway and look sad. All right. And then a few nights later, I look up in my room. He's in my bedroom, not anywhere near me, but across the room, standing, and he's dancing with this white woman. The white woman's back is to me, so I can't really see her, but she had long, dark hair, and he looked happier. And he was dancing with her. He was kind of slow. They were just kind of swaying back and forth. And I was like, that's who he was waiting for. And it almost seemed like it was a secret, like perhaps he shouldn't have been with her. And we're in Virginia, and all that made sense to me, like, black man, white woman, dancing, secret love, something. I made up a whole story around the thing, but they never fucked with me. Like, nothing really went down. I didn't come home and stuff was all out of place, nothing like that. And even to a degree, I thought maybe I was seeing things. Fine. Did I feel compelled to pick up a camera and try to shoot it? Nah, don't fuck with it. It ain't gonna fuck with you. This is the #1 reason I don't watch Ghost Hunters, or I hadn't watched Paranormal Activity up until this point, because I don't really get into shows where, or situations where, I'm not a fan of people, you know, looking for shit, and then when they find it and it freaks them out, then they mad because shit didn't happen. And I'm like, you didn't have any business going looking for it in the first place. All right, but anyway, so I understand things like that could possibly happen, but why stay? In the first one, they saw the footage. They watched the playback every day. Little things started happening. Things started small. When they were small enough, like the sheets pulling off of you by herself, or when old girl is standing over you, let my girlfriend stand over me for half a second at night, and let me find out she's been standing there looking at me. That relationship is over. Because somebody in the room is crazy, and I know it ain't me. So if you're standing over my bed and it's recorded, nah, boo-boo, the relationship is over, okay? So you have footage, you watch it every night, you see shit go down, and yet two things, you continue to stay, and not only do you continue to stay, you actually turn lights off at night. I tell you what, let some shit like that go down in here. Every light will be on. I'll be paying a light bill. I'll pay a light bill. Because every light will be on in this house. Well, at least for one night. Because then after that, gone. Peace. Deuces. That's even if I stay. So I'm watching this movie and I'm like, why are y'all still like going to bed? And why are y'all turning off all the lights? And if you decide to get up and walk around and that'll be the sprinkler. You get up and you walk around and to see what happened, why not turn on all the lights? I mean, it's just logic stuff out the window. Y'all trying to make a movie and I get that, but now you fucking with my sense of logic. All right. So, the first one, much more subtle. I said, okay, it was entertaining. I like roller coaster rides and amusement parks, and that's kind of how it felt. Now we get to the second one. The second one, I'm thinking this better be nothing but like big drops on a roller coaster ride. Just let it be a roller coaster. No. It takes a lot longer for things to happen. And then when the things happen, I'm sitting there going, okay, they come home. The house is turned like somebody been through it. So the dad decides to put surveillance cameras all throughout the house. Surveillance cameras are everywhere throughout the house. Every room you can think of got a camera in it, right? So when some shit go down, you got cameras all out the house. How come it take you so long to believe that it is possible that stuff could go down? I would be watching footage every day. Every day. Because first of all, I ain't pay all that money to have cameras in there and not look at the footage. First of all. Second of all, the dad in part 2 made me good and sick. He's the last person to believe anything was happening. Shit. He's the last person to believe anything was happening, but things were happening to him quite a bit. For instance, when he decides to go for a swim and then he jumped in the hot tub and the hot tub was like a boiling hot tub. He gets in, he got to jump in the pool right away and then jump and go in the house. Look, the father made me so sick. The house almost burnt down. Go look at the footage to see whose fault is it. Who the fuck left the stove on? You jumped in the boiling thing. I would have gone back and looked at the footage to see whose fault it was that I jumped into a boiling pot of water. I jump out, look like a lobster. I have to run to the kitchen. They give me peas to put on my nuts. Your balls almost fried. I'd be upstairs in a heartbeat looking at footage. All that stuff that went down every time somebody. And then what even made me even more mad is that his wife, oh shit. When old girl was sitting in the kitchen and all the cabinet doors blew up off the hinges, what did she say? She told the daughter, oh, no. Don't tell. He's going to get upset. You damn right. I would be upset. And then his ass didn't even look at the footage and let something happen in here. Let something happen in here and someone say they got footage of it. I want to see the footage. Like he wouldn't even look at the footage until, things were way out of hand. And then he got choked the fuck out by his wife, the demon lady or whatever. I don't understand. All over that little boy. Put that little boy's ass up for adoption. If you're going through all this for that little boy. I mean, I know they didn't know that at the time and everything, but that whole movie, both of those movies just made me crazy. That's it. That's all. I better not see nothing happen up in here. But I know what? I wouldn't stay around. Like, I wouldn't hang around and try to record stuff. And Gidget, if you decide you're going to stand over top of me at night, that's a wrap. It's over. Baby, don't stand over me like that. That's mean. Don't do that. That's mean. All right. I'm done. Paranormal. I want to see part 3 now because I want to know what happened to the little boy. Bye.